Hello, I'm Carrie Roberts, and in this video I'll show you how to compile a Pneuma agent, the free community version of the agent, to bypass Windows Defender. At least it works today, and we have Prelude Operator to thank for this because they provide the scripts to make this happen easily for us. I've got Prelude Operator running. I'm going to minimize that. And then I'm gonna try and download the normal built-in agent. So I've got this command here. We see the Pneuma windows show up here, but then behind my picture here, we see the AV popping up. Let me show that. So we got AV, it's actually quarantined right now. In a few seconds, this will go away and you can't use it, you can't run it because AV caught it. So that's the default. So we have some options to go onto GitHub here, and where the Pneuma open source Pneuma agent is, we can download the source code here. So we'll download the zip. And we actually need to unzip it. So we'll extract all here. So we have the source code. And there's a nice README in here that gives instructions on how to do this, but we could use this build script here. This build script, it has some options for passing some random strings to it to try to get the build to be random and not get caught by AV because of that, but that doesn't work currently for Windows Defender. So we're going to use this Garble build script. In order to use this, we have to install Go, which we'll kind of fast forward through, but we can find Go. Now we have Go installed. We can open up a new command prompt. We can say Go version, and we see we have Go installed. So we are ready to go with Go. Now let's open up the README that comes with the code. So we'll go into downloads, Pneuma master, and then look at the README here, because it gives us some hints. So it says you can do this technique to build a AV version of the agent, but actually this is an old command for installing things with Go. So if we just visit this URL, we can find the current way to install it, which is at the top of the README here. So Go install the latest thing here. So let's paste that in here. And we get that little module. And then we're going to need to run that PowerShell script that we downloaded for Garble. So we'll enter PowerShell with exec bypass so we can run the script. And then we'll cd into the downloads folder. And here we have garble build.ps1. There was one more step the README wanted us to do, which was like go mod tiny. Go, whoops, let me scroll this up. Go mod tiny. Okay, good. And then lastly, we run the PowerShell script passing it a random hash. So don't use the example hash because AV knows about that hash. So we'll just do a random hash, and it actually doesn't have to even be a hash, just a random string. So we'll do garble build and we'll say random hash is CLR. This build is, it takes a little while. It's going to go into the payloads directory. So let's watch for that. We still have AV on. Let's see if it pops up. And here we go. It popped up. We're waiting to see if AV fires. Nothing happened yet. Let's go ahead and run it. Double click. We actually did get a AV pop-up here, but we also have an agent. Let's try to launch something against the agent. We'll build a quick TTP just for test. create a new TTP. We'll call it hello, and we'll say echo hello to hi.txt, and we'll save that. And we'll bring up the payload. So AB hasn't swiped it up yet, and our agent is still working. So let's see, maybe that's for something else. Let's go in here and deploy this against our new agent here. And we're deploying hello. And it looks like it worked. Let's see if hi.txt shows up in our payloads folder. And it does, which means our agent worked. It hasn't been quarantined and sent. Let's see what this review says. It's probably maybe complaining about the Linux one because that didn't get built. Well, it's complaining about that one, but oh, it's just Windows saying, I really, really, really want you to send this to me so I can analyze it. But let's say no, because we actually are trying to get this thing to run. And we've done it. We built a Pneuma open source agent that bypasses Windows Defender as of today at this moment. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for joining me on this video.